What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $2,040 on the day. It's 11:50. I think my last trade was at 10:30, so made $2,000 in an hour. It's been a while since I've had a $2,000 day. I've had a few $1,000 days, but my goal usually is just to be green on the day. I don't care what kind of monetary value it is, but it's nice to have these $2,000 days for sure in 1 hour, even better. But let's go over the trades. So my first trade out of the gates was LBIX, which turned out to be the big mover of the day. And I'll tell you why this ran. And it's very important that we understand why a stock runs. If you're just buying a stock because you see volume, but you're not sure where it's coming from, why it's moving up, where the volume's coming from, you're like trading blind. You literally are trading blind. You don't know who's buying. Uh, there are people out there on their computers buying a stock, and if you don't know where the volume's coming from, you're trading blind. You just see bars going up and down. So let's look at this. So first, it was hitting my scanners. This is my low float scanner down here, low float high day scanner, and it hit my scanner back here. It hit here. I went long. Let's see, at 9:36, I bought 3,000 shares. The reason why is because I like the chart. It had support here at the 50-day moving average. I thought we would get maybe a move over 150 and test the 200-day moving average, but I like the chart. It's a former runner, so everybody knows this stock. It's fresh on everybody's minds because it had this massive move from $1 to, you know, 380 or 375, 2 weeks ago. And now, this is kind of an area where shorts will cover because they've made their money and no one's really going to pressure it down. So when I hit my high day scanner, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I took 3,000 shares right here. I hit it right here, almost at high day at the point, and it sold off basically almost the entire move. And at this point, I'm like, I'm just looking to get out. And it started to rise back up. I'm like, okay, maybe we go high day again, and it just kind of did nothing until this candle right here. 250,000 shares of volume in 1 minute. And actually, if you were watching it, it happened all in about 20 seconds, maybe less. And this was a chat room buy, and it's a really good chat room, to be honest. It's run by Kyle Dennis, and the program was his lightning alerts. You can kind of see that right here. This chat service moves markets, and it's becoming one of the biggest ones out there. And you can see why. I mean, to take this stock that wasn't moving at all, and he got in at 158. That was his entry. And when he sent out his alerts and his chat rooms buying it, it created momentum in the market. Everybody in his chat room, I mean, they had a couple minutes to get in, right? You get the alert via in the chat room, you get the alert via text, and also an email. So there's three ways to get that alert, and he's got a ton of subscribers. And like I said, you can see why. He got in here, everybody in his room probably got here, created a move in the market, and boom, this sucker hit a high of 252 today, right here. And it's still up, okay? So his group bought it here, created this momentum. They actually sold in the $2 range, and that's where I ended up selling. I didn't know these people were going to buy it, but I did get the alert when he bought it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm holding on. And I was in my Discord chat. By the way, I run a free Discord chat. It's in the description down below. I'm just here to help new traders. But you can see I sold half at 186 right here inside this candle, and I sold the other half at the break of $2 right inside this candle here. So I made a crap ton of money on this trade, and all his subscribers made a crap ton of. They probably paid for an entire year's worth of his service on this one trade. And no joke, this guy does it all the time. He finds these low float stocks that are due for a run. He buys, he alerts his group. They buy, it creates momentum in the market, and they make money. But again, if you were just the normal little day trader sitting at home, not a member of any chat room, you would have seen this move and you would have probably just been, why is this running? Is there news? I don't know what's going on. And you would not know why this move happened. And you wouldn't know when big chat rooms got out. See, now it's almost safer trading it now because the big chat room already sold, and that's why it was free to move up to the 250 level. The big chat rooms are out of it already. So, but this was a nice win for me. I was able to ride the momentum created by Kyle Dennis and his chat room. And like I said, if you're interested in this chat room, the link for it is in the description down below. I highly recommend his service. Kyle's a great guy as well, and he helps new traders and experienced traders alike. So that was my first trade out of the gates. The second one I was doing was MTBC. This one was on Jason Bond's watch list, and a link for them is in the description below. And I also like kind of the daily chart. You can kind of see an area of support here on the daily chart. And I wanted to get in for a high day break, so I actually went long 940. Volume's coming in. I thought it was the chat room buying it, and I took 3,000 shares at 324. Got a run up to 335, and I sold for the break at 330. Right inside this candle here. So that was a nice win on 3,000 shares, basically 5 cents, $150. DEPO, this one was my next trade. This one was a news play. I took, it was chat room chatter. You'll get familiar with that term if you're a member of a news service. Chat room chatter usually means certain chat rooms are talking about buyouts, and it's creating momentum in a stock. Anyway, this one was chat room chatter about a buyout on the stock, and when I heard that, I went long at 507 or 508 inside this spike here. Took 1,500 shares, and I tried to sell at 510. I only executed 200 of those shares, and I sold the rest, basically break even. So I really didn't make money on this trade, but as you can see, it did spike up to 512. It went high a day later on, so it created a little bit of momentum on that news. ICON, this one was a news play as well. News was that Icon was being talked about being bought for $6 a share. When I looked at the daily chart, I immediately knew this was fake news. There's no way a company is going to buy another company for $6 a share when the stock is at all-time lows, sitting at $2. So why not just buy the company shares at $2? So anyway, I knew it was a big name, and it was enough to move the stock. So I bought 4,000 shares. You can see me hit the buy button twice here at 181. Right when I heard the news, and you kind of see a little late to the party as the volume started to come in here. So my news source was just a little slow on this one, but nonetheless, when I heard it, the big volume came in and spiked this thing over $2, and that's where I ended up selling both my lots for basically a 20-cent win on 4,000 shares. That's $800. That's a nice win right there for sure on ICON. MTBC, this one I was kind of stalking. It approached, you can't see it here anymore, but on the L2 at the time, there was a big seller at 330, and I was going to go long if this big seller, I think it was like 35,000 shares, if that big seller disappeared, and big volume came in. I was a little late to it. I actually missed, I was looking at another stock at the time, and I missed the breakdown of that wall, but I wanted to still see if we can go high a day. So I went long as soon as when I noticed it, a guy in my chat room actually called it out, and I went long at 332, sold at 336. 1 minute later, you can kind of see the volume spike here, but inside these two candles is where I bought and where I sold for 4 cents on 2,000 shares, $80. And that's all the trades I took today. You know, a much slower day for me as far as trading activity, but the ones I hit knocked out of the park. Here's my trades. You can see not a ton. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades really. So 5 trades on 4 stocks. You know, not a crazy day for me at all, but nonetheless up $2,000. But again, guys, the big thing is I want to point out is LBIX. If you're interested in chat rooms that can move markets, this one right here by Kyle Dennis, lightning alerts, man. You go to programs, you go to lightning alerts, there it is. He also runs a pretty good FDA insider alerts, and you know, if you've got the money, the Nucleus group is amazing too. But you know, this one's more biotech related. Lightning alerts is for, you know, breakouts of any kind of stock. But both those are really good. Or actually, all 3 of those services are really good, and I highly recommend those. I've got a few people that have subscribed based off of my recommendations of those, and they've never turned back. So anyway, if you have any questions about any of those services that I recommend, please find me in my Discord chat. Link for that is in the description down below. I'm here to answer questions. It's a very active chat during the trading hours, and I'm here to help those new traders, as well as answer questions on the subscription services. But other than that, I think I'm just going to take it easy today. I'm up $2,000. It's 12 o'clock. Let's go buy myself a $1,000 lunch. Just kidding. But anyway, I'm probably just going to sit back, maybe play news plays, and that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, like I said, find me in Discord. Other than that, I will see you in the next video.